Omaha, and 94.3 The Fortress. 80 degrees, 18 minutes till 8 o'clock. Hope you're having a fun time on this Tuesday evening, enjoying the nice weather. Tim Decker here. Bryan Cocallas is as well.
Yes, I sure am. And, okay, so we have been talking the past, what, 2 weeks?
Probably.
We've been talking not the NBA, wow, the NCAA, March Madness, all that excitement, and we finally finished it off last night. And what was the result of that one, Tim?
Well, if you're an IU fan, it's not exactly the most positive result, as the Kentucky Wildcats, headed up by Coach John Calipari, beat Kansas, the Kansas Jayhawks, 67-59 last night down in New Orleans. Kentucky freshman Anthony Davis filled up the stat sheet, wound up getting the most outstanding player for the tournament. It's the 8th national title for Kentucky. The one thing I can say about all of this is IU did beat Kentucky early in the season, so we can say we beat the champions this year.
Yeah, you know, that's not many teams can say that they had a really good record this season. And as far as the way it played out, I wasn't able to watch the whole thing. I had a lot of stuff to do last night, but I did turn it on, and it was still, I think, still the first half, and Kentucky was literally creaming them by about 15 points when I turned it on. And I didn't watch the end of the game. I wish I would have, because I knew it was a good game. But you know, that's basically how they didn't really catch up at all.
There was a late push by Kansas in the second half. I was watching it hoping for the miracle comeback because I didn't want Kentucky to win. They got within as close as 5, I believe. But what happened was when they were trying to make that run, then those most critical moments, mishandled passes, tips, turnovers, offensive fouls, it just kind of shot themselves in the foot. And when you only shoot 35% for the game, it's going to be hard to beat anybody, let alone the team that's been #1 for most of the season.
Yeah, and those are the critical mistakes that you just can't make, especially when you're playing a #1 team such as Kentucky. And you know, it's been interesting because Kansas literally had that late push, against Ohio State, and won the game and made it there. And you'd think, they've kind of been a second half team.
Yes.
The only problem with that is that when you play a team such as Kentucky, and they are not only a second half team, they are a first half team as well. And you got to play both first and second half.
Talk about most outstanding player again. Anthony Davis, literally, like I said, filled the stat sheet. Here's his line, Brian, okay? 6 points, okay? Nothing too fancy there.
Yep.
16 rebounds, okay?
Okay, that's pretty good.
5 assists,
yep. 3
steals, 6 blocks, okay? He led Kentucky in all of those categories except points.
Yeah.
I mean, it says here in this ESPN article that it was probably the most dominating 6-point performance in college basketball history.
Well, and that's why he's the player that he is. I mean, he's a pretty good athlete. Definitely will say that. You can't argue with it.
So, congratulations, as much as I don't want to say it, to the Kentucky Wildcats and John Calipari. If your if your bracket is completely busted, well, guess what? You can throw it away and worry about it next year, or you can burn it however you want to celebrate and having it over and the stress being done.
Yes, that is definitely true.
Well, if you've got a comment or question about this story, we'd love to hear from you. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/thecall, WIW, or on Twitter as well, twitter.com/thecall, WIW. All right, we're going to get back into the music now, Brian. Here is Jason Gray, and Remind Me Who I Am. You are listening to The Call.
94.3, The Fortress.
14 minutes now before 8 o'clock.